Hi guys, what's up and welcome to this week's video. So this week I will be reviewing the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. So this is Google's latest phone and it has a lot of highly promising specs and features as well as Google's AI, which is called Gemini. So let's get straight into the review. So firstly, let's talk about the design and display. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL comes with a stunning 6.8-inch display with an almost 3K resolution, delivering 486 pixels per inch. The display looks vibrant and sharp, making everything from videos to articles to social media apps look crisp and clear. The phone has an elevated new look with a matte glass back which is fingerprint resistant, and it is complemented by a beautiful dual finish camera bar. The sides of the phone are polished and shiny and give it quite an eye-catching look. I quite like the mix of the matte glass back and the shiny sleek sides, and also the phone has rounded edges which give it quite a similar look to the iPhone. It's available in 4 different colors. I personally got it in the color hazel, which is a nice neutral tone. In terms of durability, the phone has Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is quite sturdy, and it's both on the front and back. And personally, I have dropped the phone a couple of times and it's quite bouncy and it hasn't been damaged, and it's actually a lot stronger than a lot of other phones which I've dropped from a very low height and they've still managed to get scratches and cracks. Also, the phone feels quite lightweight as it only weighs 221 grams. When you're using the phone outside, the brightness is pretty good as it goes up to 3000 nits. So overall, I think the design looks pretty modern and sleek, but there are a couple of things that I don't like. For example, the rounded edges. I personally prefer squares, and this is just personal preference, which is why I've always liked Samsung phones. However, something which is a bit more of a major issue is when I was sending voice notes on WhatsApp, you have to hold down that voice recording button in the corner. And when I would hold it down, it would kind of deselect. The corners of the screen aren't as responsive, or you can't exactly hold them down a certain way. So it kept on kind of just automatically sending them, and I was unable to hold down the button properly. Now let's dive into the phone's performance and features. The phone's performance is snappy and reliable whether you're multitasking, gaming, or simply navigating through apps. Everyday tasks such as making calls, using multi-window features, answering texts, and running multiple apps simultaneously work without a hitch. The phone runs Android 14 and both the fingerprint scanner and the Face ID work seamlessly. I personally also really like the sound of the haptics on this phone. They have kind of a deep and satisfying sound. It is important to note, however, that on this phone there is no expandable storage, but on the plus side you do have dual SIM functions. The phone offers a bunch of new features which are powered by Gemini, which is Google's AI. So with the circle to search feature, you can find similar items or results, which is incredibly useful if you're shopping or researching something specific. Pixel Screenshots is also another great tool for organizing your screenshots and helping you find things when you need it. I think this is probably one of the best things Google has come up with because it offers a solution to a genuine problem. And so Pixel Screenshots actually helps you organize your screenshots and allows you to search for specific images, set reminders, and add things to your calendar so you don't have to scroll endlessly. You can also take photos of items and ask questions about them directly. Gemini can also summarize emails for you, making inbox management easier. Also, a very cool feature which feels a bit futuristic is Gemini Live, which is kind of like the AI Gemini talking to you and teaching you things. It's probably one of the most advanced interactive AIs that I've seen. You can ask it for help in specific scenarios like learning a new skill or getting advice in a particular situation. Overall, it has some of the most highly rated security smartphone features. So you have a call screen that can detect and filter out spam calls. There's an emergency help feature for when you're off the grid. The phone can automatically call for help after a crash. It also sends out crisis alerts such as nearby floods or fires. So now let's move on to the camera. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL has a triple rear camera system which includes a 50 megapixel main camera, a 48 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 48 megapixel ultra wide lens for macro focus for those detailed close-ups. It also supports optical zoom at multiple levels and includes popular features like night sight for low light photography. You can record in 24, 30 or 60 frames per second at a bunch of different resolutions going up to 8K. It also has an amazing 42 megapixel front camera for high quality selfies. Another thing which is amazing about this phone is all the cool editing features that it has. So the app provides suggestions, has an enhance feature and unblur feature, provides filters and also app integration. It also has a really cool feature, which is the reimagine feature, which is basically what it sounds like, where you can take a photo and then ask the app to reimagine it in a certain way, and then it will generate that image. Overall, I found the camera excellent, as the white balance was great, the sharpness of the images was really good, the focus, the images were also true to life. However, I did notice that the shadows can appear a bit more darker than usual. The macro shots and portrait shots also looked great. Overall, it's a really good true to life camera and you won't be disappointed. The videos are also super smooth, the focus is great, and the built-in stabilization in the video when walking and talking is also excellent. Now let's talk about the speakers and battery life. The battery claims to be more than 24 hours on a full charge, and when I did charge it to 100% and with moderate usage, it definitely did last more than 24 hours. Overall, the battery of this phone is great. You also have something which is extreme battery saver mode, which basically extends the battery life even more, and it can last more than 100 hours. Now, when I did try out the extreme battery saver mode when I was on 5%, it did last a long time compared to other phones. The phone also has fast charging capabilities, and if you turn the phone off, within 15 minutes it charges to about 40%. The speakers on the phone are also great. I mean, for a phone, there's a good amount of bass. It's not too thin and trebly, and the volume does go quite high. And also something that I really liked about the volume on this phone is the increments. It just goes up so slowly that it's like you can find the perfect level for you. So what is my overall verdict of this phone? Overall, I think this is an amazing phone. Google Pixel phones back in the day, I know, weren't as good from everybody I've heard and also my personal experience, but this phone has so many amazing features. It does so many things right, from the camera to the AI to how it operates. The only thing which is a downside is those rounded edges, and for example, if you send a lot of WhatsApp voice notes, that might be annoying. But if you do like the look of the phone, then this can be a great phone. So that's pretty much it for this week's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more weekly content, and I will see you in my next video. So until then, take care.